All right, the verse section. This is actually the part that gave me the most trouble just because of the speed that it's at. It doesn't really sound like it would be a hard part. Just sort of your typical palm muted rhythm section, but it's just the speed that you have to do the muting that is challenging for me personally. So I'll show you 2 different ways to play it. One might be easier than the other. You're free to play either one. They both sound good, honestly. So after the intro section, we go to this fast thrashy section with the vocals over it. What you're gonna wanna do is you wanna hang out here on this 10th fret right here on the A string, and you're gonna bounce the whole time. You're gonna go. It's that kind of rhythm. It's real fast. And at that speed, it gets pretty tricky. But if you want to just play it very straightforward, very true to what sounds like on the record, that's the way to play it, and good luck. It's taken me a lot of practice to get it up to that speed that sounds good playing it that way. But personally, I wouldn't, if I had to play it live, I wouldn't play it that way. And I'll show you the cheap way, the way that I would play it to conserve energy. Second, let me show you how to play it the actual way first. You're going to play the 10th fret twice, and the 9th fret once, and the 12th fret once, and then 9, 9, 10, 10. So like this. And then the same thing, but substitute the 12th fret for the 14th fret. But you only play the 10th fret again on the descending once. So. And then twice this time on the 9. And that's the general pattern you play throughout this whole section. Again, it's not that hard, but once you get close to that speed, it starts to get real challenging. And then after playing that once, you go straight to the next chord, which is the 6th chord. Again, it's B flat. And then you sort of just keep the same shape, but you just grab this note as your bottom note instead of open. You grab, which is the 8th fret on the E string, tuned down to D in this case. Same melody on the top, on the A string, just you're now changing the bottom note to the 8th fret on the low E string. And then you go up to the 7th chord, which in this case is C. You can finger it like this. That is a big stretch. For some people that might be hard, but that's the easiest way to play it. Unless you want to go, which would be 9 on the D instead of all the way up to 14 on the A. It's your choice. I find that 9 on the D is a little bit harder because then you're string skipping over the A, and at that speed, that's pretty challenging. But you can do either. Pick whichever one you're in the mood for. When you go to this 7th chord, you don't play the full pattern like... There's a little transitional riff that helps you in the repetition of the whole thing. So it's... That's 10, 9, 12 on the E. 9, 10, 12. And then you repeat that whole thing once more, all through those chordal changes. But this time, instead of going back down to this section, you go, and you start here. It's basically just the next harmony up. It's up a third. It's harmonized up a third of the scale. But if you want to know the frets, it's 14 and 12, and then 15, and then 14, 14, and then 12, 12, 14, 14, 12, 17, 15, 14, 12. So. Like I said, it's the same as the beginning of it. It's just harmonized up. It's shifted up 2 notes in the scale. And then you just play it as it was before, playing it normally. So. And that part at the end is just instead of the, you go, which is 12 on the D. All right, so here's my alternate way to play it. Same frets, you don't change the left hand at all. Instead of that pretty difficult bouncing rhythm, which can be hard to do at that tempo, you just hybrid pick it. And if you're not familiar what hybrid picking is, it's where you pick both with a pick and with your finger. Can you see where I'm going with this? Instead of, you're just gonna go very easy, super smooth. You can do this all night. See, it's super easy. I think I'm even doing it faster than the actual song is. So I recommend trying that if you want to play it live, or if you want just, if the other way is too hard for you, you can do this hybrid picking and it'll sound pretty close. So pick one, either are fine.